barn, I just wanted to take a second to thank Equestrian Ears for sending me this gorgeous fly veil. I mean, look at the details. You know I love a good chocolate brown. I feel like it's my color with Thor. I can't wait to use this for show season. If you want to order your own custom fly veil, the company is Equestrian Ears. She is Canadian, which I love. I love supporting my Canadian girls. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to use this. These are the lengths I will go to get my protein in. I've already had a latte today, but I have something called Livvy protein coffee. There are 20 grams of protein in 2 scoops, and then if you mix it with this milk, it's 30 grams, and this is a lactose-free skim milk that's kind of high protein. Anyways, I ran out of milk, so I had to stop at the store, and I have my coffee mix already. This is not sponsored. I'm just obsessed with this protein coffee. I try and get 180 grams of protein in a day. And then I just shake it in my Livvy protein cup. And then I have my ice glass all ready. Let's see how good this is. Amazing. He's always licking something. I'm gonna try and film as much as I can, but there are so many people here today and I'm kind of embarrassed. Also, outfit check. My boyfriend told me I look like I'm going to private school before I left the house. I kind of see what he means. I'm thinking my brown Ogilvy with my new Equestrian Ears fly veil is going to be the choice of fashion today.
Simba, you look so peaceful over there, don't you?
Come on, Angel. I always have the most wicked forehead line, as you can see, after I ride, and I think it's because my helmet is too small, which is really unfortunate because now I can't even put my hair up in it. So I'm just gonna have to rock the slicked back braid for the rest of my life. Like, I look crazy right now. I feel like as much confidence as pageantry taught me, it definitely came with a lot of pressure to look a certain way. I feel like people think that pageantry is super glamorous and it's so incredible being a pageant queen and it's all about the crown and the sash and going to events. But a lot of it is not glamorous. I feel like people don't really talk about how hectic and chaotic pageantry is and how, like, you're literally running on no sleep. You're going to multiple events a day. You have to be on all day because you're meeting new people and you have to make the sponsors look good, obviously. And on top of that, you're being scored, so you can never have a moment of downtime. It's funny, I was in the army for 2 years and I feel like 3 weeks at Miss Grand was harder. So you're repeating this entire process on both sides, and the secret truly is pinning your curls. For those of you who don't know, I got into pageantry because of my mom. She did pageants growing up, and she also modeled with Linda Evangelista. If you don't know who that is, I will insert a picture of both of them right here. I never really thought of myself as a pageant girl, but my mom really inspired me to do my first pageant, which was Miss Teenage Canada. I was so intimidated. I had no training. My runway was terrible, but I had the best time and I made the best friends. I did not place top 20, and I kind of went away from pageantry for a while. I then joined the army, became a firefighter, and kind of had to put my equestrian life on hold. I had to sell my horse Shadow to go to school. It was really sad, but I knew that I would always find my way back to horses, which is what happened. In 2021, I knew that I wanted to compete for Miss Grand Canada. If you don't know, Miss Grand is like probably the second biggest pageant in the world right now. Amongst probably Miss World and Miss Universe, I would say, are the top 3 biggest pageants. And Miss Grand typically looks for a girl who is tall, confident, and has a really good charity project. The motto is End War and Violence, so I thought that was perfect. Seeing as I had been volunteering with Wounded Warriors Canada for 3 years already, I ended up becoming first runner-up at Miss Ontario, which qualified me to compete at Miss Grand Canada. I ended up winning. It was the most surreal moment of my life. I was honestly really nervous of what people in the fire department would think about me, and I was nervous that they would be really judgy. Everyone was insanely supportive. Like, I could never have imagined that everyone would react and just support me in the way that they did. And CP24 ended up reaching out to interview me. Ever since then, I just haven't really cared about what people have thought about me. I feel like as much confidence as pageantry taught me, it definitely came with a lot of pressure to look a certain way. And because I was also a firefighter, I had to balance working out, being strong enough for my job, but also being aesthetic enough for the stage. And I definitely had to promote like a fit, healthy lifestyle, which wasn't hard because I was already going to the gym every single day as well. But it was also a balance of not giving women unrealistic standards to follow. So I feel like I balanced that. And I tried to be so real with everything I was eating. When we were in Thailand competing for the international crown, we would get interviewed by the press all the time, and they'd always ask how I was doing, and I would always say hungry, because being hungry as a girl and in a pageant is just so real. Like, you're always working, going to events, and I was starving all the time. Luckily, they fed us well. There just wasn't a ton of time to eat. Almost done this side. I cannot tell you how much I miss riding being Miss Canada, but there just wasn't any time between photo shoots, going to press interviews, public speaking, and also working on my charity, which was promoting Wounded Warriors Canada, a charity and a nonprofit for veterans and first responders with PTSD. And then I also had to work, so there was just no way I could have a horse at the time. I actually ended up competing for Miss World Canada last year. I was not successful. I was honestly heartbroken, and I definitely had a little bit of an identity crisis. Like, I just didn't know what I was gonna do. I had planned my whole content and media presence around pageantry and winning Miss World, and it was just so discouraging when I didn't win. But it kind of showed me how grateful I am not to have won the crown, because I just know that equestrian content and kind of lifestyle is just everything that I've always wanted, and I know it's what I'm supposed to be doing. So this side is done. Total slay. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. I'll show you guys one curl so you can kind of see what it looks like. So I'm gonna grab a piece, and then I'm curling away from my face. There's a kink. I have a few layers in the front, so I'm just gonna try and get them all in the curl. Beautiful. While the curls are setting, I thought I would walk you through my show makeup routine. I'm obviously not doing big pageant glam makeup today, but I thought it'd be really fun to do my show makeup. Vaseline is my secret weapon. I use this on my face all of the time, and it's actually good for your skin. You definitely shouldn't use it every single day, but the really heavy makeup days, it just prevents that dry cracking of your foundation and the flakiness on days where you have to wear makeup for a long time. This was my biggest pageant hack in Thailand. After my Vaseline, I use my e.l.f. primer. I have never found a better primer than this, and I have tried all of the brands. Next, for a day that I'm sweating, and probably a hot day considering it's show season, I only use concealer. I have been loving the Tarte concealer. Again, I haven't found a better concealer, and I also used this at Miss Grand International as well. I don't use any on my forehead because there's going to be a helmet there anyway. Dab away, and I just dab in this direction. I think the Bella Hadid theory is to hide your dark circles here and then kind of conceal your line, your smile line here. I use the e.l.f. translucent setting powder, and I only use a little bit. I want to look glowy still, just not like moist and sweaty. And this also kind of makes your skin colors blend into one, and it takes away redness, which I love. I use the Too Faced bronzer. You kind of want to do a triangle like this, so ear and cheekbone. To give more definition to my nose, I just brush the outsides. Sometimes I'll add some Sephora lip gloss, but I feel like Vaseline mixed with lip liner kind of completes the look. That is everything I do for my show makeup and everyday makeup. Let's see how these curls are looking. Pinning gives you all of the volume. And when I tell you this blowout used to last me all day and all night at Miss Grand, these curls are bomb-proof, I'm telling you. Okay, now is when we brush them out very lightly. You do not want to hairspray before brushing them out. When I tell you the tiniest bit of hairspray, otherwise it actually flattens your curls. I know that sounds like it doesn't make sense, but I've ruined so many hairstyles by over spraying. I think I'm gonna do my Sam Shields with my TKEQ top and my blue jumper green hawk socks with my Hermes belt. I really am feeling like going to Starbucks today, so let's go get a coffee. I also got my nails done again. I got them the exact same as last time, but I love this neutral color so much. I feel like I'm just gonna ask for this every single time. The lighting is not cooperating. There. I did get a package from TKEQ. If you have never heard of this brand, I will link it for you down below, because when I tell you, it is like the perfect combination of sporty and elegant. So they sent me a Chloe long sleeve in black. Oh, in gray first, sorry. I love this collar, and the color is just to die for. You know, I love neutrals. And then I got the exact same one in the color black. Okay, I've been obsessed with listening to Swan Lake Tchaikovsky on the way to the barn lately, because winter spring is kind of Swan Lake season, so I've been loving my classical music. I am gonna drink my coffee and I will see you at the barn. Starting to remind me of spring outside. Hi, angels. Thor. Hello. I think I am going to change into that top from TKEQ. So outfit change in 3, 2, 1. I just wanted to see if they had any pole courses set up for today because I feel like we're gonna mix some flat work, some lengthening, shortening, transitions, and then maybe a few poles. So I'm gonna set something up here. I've also literally never seen like no jumps set up in the arena. So I think they're preparing for this week's lessons. The world is our oyster. We can set up literally anything we want. Okay, I think they are setting up for next week. So I just did a really easy 6 to a direction change. So here is the 6. And then we have a simple direction change here. And then I can do the 6 the other way as well. So excited to ride today, and it's so sunny outside. Also, the lighting by this window is always so good. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the natural lighting. If you know me, my locker is always organized, and I just want to point out I have a tub of pre-workout there because sometimes I come to the barn after shift and I need like an extra dose of caffeine. Good boy. Just gonna pick out your hooves, okay? Come on, Lyra. Good boy. Come on, Angel. Can we see the whole arena with that? Good boy. One more time. For those of you who don't know, I do clean my boots every single time, so the boots are looking good and shiny. I just cleaned my saddle and I'm gonna head home and cook dinner and watch some Gossip Girl. I have an RX bar and an apple for the drive home. I'm always starving after I ride, so I'm usually pretty grateful for a snack. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like one of those girls who claims to love healthy food all the time, because for the most part I do. RX bars are super filling, so healthy for you. Okay in terms of protein, but they are not good. Like, you cannot convince me and tell me that these taste good, because they don't. Super high in nutrients though. I think the main ingredients are dates, egg whites, and nuts, I want to say, and sugar-free chocolate. I used to eat these all the time, and I bring them to the barn because they're super filling and healthy, but they're not good. I'd rate this a 4 out of 10. This is the dinner setup. I was really craving chicken parm, so I whipped up some fresh chicken breast, and I'm lactose intolerant, so this is lactose-free Parmesan. And then I just added some roasted potatoes and a Diet Coke. Oh gosh, I did that so wrong. I'm also addicted to Diet Coke. I probably have one every single night with dinner. Cheers. I've really been loving cooking different meals lately, especially ones that are both high protein and delicious, and you can definitely make chicken parm super healthy. It's just a matter of cutting out like all the oil and like using the right breadcrumbs or no breadcrumbs. So good. So good. There's honestly nothing like having a super productive day and then finishing it off with cooking a home-cooked meal that is healthy for you and also delicious. I'm probably gonna finish my dinner and then binge my show for a little while and end my night with some reading. If you didn't know, I'm currently obsessed with the Cantor Woodcrest series, so I'm on book 2. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in next week's video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.